Hey everybody, welcome back to Born Beyond the Beard with me, Born Bearded Dave. How's everybody doing tonight on this wonderful Tuesday evening? I hope this week has found you guys doing well. We're going to be getting into you guys' win of the weeks. We're going to be getting into what you have in beard. We're going to get into a few subjects tonight. One main subject we're going to be getting into tonight is the power of being intentional. I think this one is going to resonate with a lot of people. And hey, I'm really looking forward to it, guys. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and start getting caught up with everybody that has come into the chat. As you guys are coming in, if you wouldn't mind, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. It's one of the best ways you can help show support to the channel. Share this out with people that you think would really like this content, and that would really help out a ton, guys. We are 15 people, 15 subscribers away from hitting that 1,000 subscriber goal. And man, we are so close, and I'm so excited about it. Can't wait to get there. And it's due to you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Uh, we did wind up missing on Saturday, but not sure if all of you guys caught that or not. But Saturday was mine and Kay's anniversary, and we decided we were going to go ahead and spend the day together. We have some stuff going on, right? We have some little reels and stuff that I think Kay will be putting on her Instagram probably soon about what we were doing for our anniversary and everything. And it was actually really cool. We went to the drive-in, that was nostalgic, and just kind of hung out there. Um, we did a little hike the other day as well, which was awesome. So we're going to get into, let's go ahead and start saying hi to everybody that's come in so far. It looks like we got 18 rocking in here so far. I guess, again, remember, hit that thumbs up. And here we go. Within 30 seconds of creating the live stream, Chris, you appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you so much for all your support. Yep. And those emojis, guys, those are except for members. That's pretty much what you get with memberships. It is, I like the idea of keeping the content free and keeping everything available to everybody here. You do get some pretty awesome emojis in here, and thank you guys for sharing those out. Yep, appreciate you as well, my friend. Absolutely, man. Romy, brother, appreciate you coming in. Hope everything is going well. Let's see. Stanley, brother, appreciate you coming in. And we got those emojis again. Love those emojis. Sam, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope everything is going well. Viking Papa, only 15 more subscribers to 1K, and I am keeping an eye on that in my studio. So definitely looking forward to hitting that 1K, guys. JB Cutlery, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope everything is going well with you. Let's see, salt and paprika, Rob, brother. Hope everything is going well, and you're doing great, man. Lion's Mane Beard, Ari, appreciate you being here, brother. Hope everything is going well with you. The one, the only, Miss K, aka Dot Lady, aka Ain't B, babe. Appreciate you being here, and all of your support as well. Randall, appreciate you coming in. Hope you're having an amazing Tuesday. Babysitter Jess, appreciate you coming in. Hope you're doing good. Ryan, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope you're doing well. And we have Dennis. Dennis, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope you're doing great. Corey from Weatherbeard Supply. Corey, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope you're doing great. And happy belated anniversary. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. And thank you everybody who is following on Instagram as well. And thank you guys for all the happy anniversaries and the well wishes. We really do appreciate you guys. Let's see how far behind I've gotten here. I think there's a few more that might have popped in. As soon as I figure out where I stopped. Yep, you did hear that right. Yep, thank you so much. Let's see. As soon as I can get all the clips edited together, Dave hogs the laptop. I do sometimes, but it's all for good reason. It's all for good reason. Like tonight, I gotta get a recording out there for you guys that I think you guys are really gonna enjoy for next Monday. Mike, appreciate you coming in. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. And guys, so you're aware, I have decided to move my video drops back to Mondays. Mondays just kind of seem like the better day for me um, to get those videos out. If you guys haven't checked it out and you guys are curious about True Norse Grey Wolf, definitely check out the last video that I posted yesterday morning. It turned out pretty good. So, hey, brother, hope everything's going well. Thank you for coming in. Hud, thank you so much for coming in, brother. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. New to the show. Hello, JB. Appreciate you being here. We're just going to go ahead and call you JB unless there's something else you would like for us to call you. We're just getting into just a community kind of thing here where you can ask questions. We kind of, tonight's is a little more on the mental health side. We do kind of push into the the self care part of growing a beard and things like that. But feel free to ask any questions that you would like. If I don't have the answers, we will find the answers. We got a great community here, some great people, and welcome in. It's great to see you, man. Robert Allen, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope you're doing very well. Mark Johnson, thank you, brother, for being here. Farmer Abe, right? Let's see. I think I am just about caught up here. Let me see. Beard Sage, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you coming in and your support. All right, guys. Looks like we are. Ooh, I just jumped. So I think we're getting a little bit of skips in YouTube here. I'm not sure if it's locking up on me on screen, but just kind of skipped a little bit. So let's see. Stan, let's see. Robert Allen. Damien, appreciate you coming in. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, man. It's been a great weekend. It's been even my days off were really good. We were able to spend a lot of time together. Kind of celebrate our anniversary the way we like to. We were able to, get out and do some things we haven't done in a long time. So, and it was a great weekend. Let's see. I did a small beard trim over the course of 4 days, like Nancy recommended, and it worked. I really enjoyed the shape. No link was hurt, only stragglers. I used mustache shears. There you go, brother. That's awesome. Glad that worked out for you. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody's saying hi. You know what? Did I catch this one right here? Chris, True North, appreciate you coming in. I'm not sure if I missed you or not, but there you are. Appreciate you coming in, brother, and all you guys' support. It's been amazing throughout this this journey. You guys have been there, and it's been great having you guys there and having you guys have my back. So let's see. Viking Papa, thank you. Appreciate that. Yep, I caught Jess in just a bit ago. JB's fine. Right on. Yeah, it's important. I think it really hit me when I started growing a beard, and I'm like, it was the confidence that I gained from it, and how much that was a stepping stone to taking better care of myself. Absolutely love it. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube is YouTubing. Yeah, it's been kind of weird. Open AI even went down for a little bit today, so it's kind of crazy, freezing up just a little. Well, hopefully everything will catch up and we'll be able to get this cleared up a bit. This parrot isn't Tammy's fierce. Let's see. Beer says, yeah, he felt the confidence boost too. Crash, appreciate you coming in, brother. Hope you're doing well. Not too late. I think we're only about 10 minutes in. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Still doing all the hellos. Yeah, they take me a little bit sometimes, especially when there's quite a few people in here. So I appreciate that support. Remember, guys, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so. It's one of the easiest ways to show support for the channel. All right. when AI goes down, it's the end. Yep. Kind of concerning when that happens. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and let's see here, make sure I'm on the correct one here. Editing videos and lost track of time. Yep, that definitely happens, man. I get it. Gonna be doing that some tonight. Yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna record tonight and I'll probably edit tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be recording later this evening. So definitely understand that. Let's see. All right, guys. Now is the time of the night where we are going to see what is your win of the week. Share one win from your day, the week, big or small, it counts. Maybe you handled something a little better than before, made time for yourself, got through a hard day, or just took one step forward. Small wins matter. Recognize them is good for your mental health. Absolutely, guys. What is your wins for the week? I was looking forward to this all week this week. Let's see. Rob is spending time with the boys. So you missed Tara. Yep. Let's see. Abe said he got his first fig tree this week. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'll give you the details outside of here, but Monday was a big win. That's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely let me know, man. It'd be I'd love to hear about it. Romy says his win would be pulling through that trim. First time attempting that. That's awesome, man. Really happy for you. All right, guys. Yep, your wins. Nothing's too big, nothing's too small. Your wins just kind of help get you through, and they're that stepping stone, right? To acknowledge your wins is always a good thing, guys. Miss K, a 9-year anniversary, of course, but on another note, had a small celebratory encounter at work. Nice. So that was pretty cool. A small celebrity encounter at work. So that was cool. Yep. Let's see. Yep. Everybody throw out those win of the week emojis for the members that are in. I do Power Wheel derbies for kids at the fair and finally had 0 issues. Definitely a win. Okay, who was it? Who was it? Surviving family life feels like a big win sometimes. Absolutely is. That's awesome, Kay, and happy anniversary. Thank you. He got his wife's birthday this week. Awesome. Win of the week emojis, guys. Absolutely love that. Thanks. I was tired of being unhappy with the barber. Right. There you go, man. And see, and that's the thing. If you can get used to doing it yourself and not be afraid of doing it yourself, you're going to save a lot of money. And there's something satisfying about being able to do that yourself as well. I do not trust myself with clippers, trimmers of any sort. I can't draw a straight line, let alone, trim my face, I don't think. Maybe I'll give it a try at some point. But we'll see. see. Yep. Thank you so much. When's having a community that I can reach out to when I need someone to talk to? Absolutely, guys. And yeah, we promote that, guys, a lot. Um, it's not just coming into the chat and talking about what's going on. It's also about checking in on your brothers and your sisters in this community, checking in on them. You never know. It might be your message that goes out to them that lets them know that somebody cared enough to just check on them, see how their day was. Yeah. Self trim club. There you go. I just figured if I messed up, I'd stop and set up an appointment ASAP. There you go. There you go. It's definitely something I think I need to get into, and I need to I need to get more comfortable with, especially with some stragglers that I do have, from time to time. But I've been really trying to let those stragglers really start to kind of grow out, and that's helped a lot. But Renee, Black Manor Grooming, appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing well. Lions Mane, no trim club. Thank you for coming in. All right, guys, that is the win of the week. That is awesome, guys. J Farm, I'm highly contemplating trimming my mustache aggressively. I still hate any hairs on my. I'm assuming you use that on your lip. Yep. And hey, it's just find the right style of the mustache that goes with your beard and something that you're happy with. And there you go, man. Dave, I used good shears and I did one hair at a time, comb through it, did it again, and repeat. There you go. There you go. Ryan has small win, but I finally took the plunge and got some decent work boots 3 days in, and the difference already night and day. I hate it when the better half knows me better than I know myself. Right. And having good work shoes, work boots, it makes a huge difference when it comes to back pain, knees, hips, you name it. Definitely get it there. Definitely a win. Everybody's saying hi. All right, guys. Next one here. We're going to go ahead and get into this because I do want to get into our subject for tonight here shortly. You're right, and it happens sometimes. They sometimes just know, right? And we all wind up admitting it at some point. But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into the next slide here. This one is always fun and always gets me writing down some notes. So, what's in beard? What product? What company, product, and scent profile do you guys have in beard tonight, or do you plan on putting in beard tonight? For me, I haven't used it in a little while, so I was kind of getting back to it. But put in Outlaw from True North Beard Co. And yeah, I really do love that scent. Let's see, Citrus Bomb by Raven, nice. Beard Octane Fabricator, always that's one of my go tos for Beard Octane. Weatherbeard Hinoki Heights oil, nice. Iron Regiment from Beard Octane. That one is probably one of the ones out of the box that um, I'm probably already well over halfway through that bottle. I really do like the Iron Regiment. BHT Crown Oud Oil, nice. Beard Octane Liquid Gold Oil and Butter, very nice. We got some Florida Frost from Small Town Traditions, and that's the Frickin' Frack collab. It'd be Bob and Terry Jones. TNBC Zabalba Oil. We're Golden Hour by Warlock today. See, that's one of those that's on the list for Warlock. I need to get some of his stuff. Got some Luxurious Bastard unscented. Very nice. I have our Beard Sage exotic blend in the newest scent, Kyoto. Nice. Yeah, I gotta check out some of your stuff too. I need to make sure that gets on a list. So I do go back through the live stream and start and look through the chats, guys, for some of the stuff that I miss. And this is one of the sections that I really do go through and write down notes. Johnny Ray's Motown. I got some tailored products in today. I don't even know what scent. Nice. Small Town Traditions, not sure which one. JB, he's got Smoked Orchard by Valahar Gentleman's Reserve. Very nice. Let's see. Bob and Terry are legends. Absolutely. Great people. Dr. Nick's Lemongrass Ginger Oil. Nice. That does sound nice. Yep. Absolutely agree with that, guys. All right, guys. So I don't have slides for tonight's talking points, so we're going to go through. I'm going to go through and just kind of bring some of this stuff up. We're going to get into conversation about it, and feel free to to leave comments in the chat. This is a discussion, not just me talking, but I want to have this discussion with you guys, and I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're obligated to talk about what's going on. We do welcome it. Um, but don't ever feel like you have to. We appreciate you being here, and sometimes the best thing that we can do is just kind of sit and absorb what's going on into the live stream. But you guys are always welcome to comment and put in your 2 cents, and let us know. What you're thinking. Lion's Mane, one of Weatherbeard's Darkwood is oils. I forgot which one. And Lion's Mane butter, natural gentleman. Very nice. All right. So let's go ahead and get rid of this slide. All right, guys. All right. So tonight I want to talk about the power of being intentional. That phrase can sound bigger or more complicated than it really is. Being intentional doesn't mean that you're planning every minute of your life or overthinking every decision. It simply means recognizing that we're in a place. We're recognizing that we place our time, energy, and our life. I'm sorry, guys. My bullet points just got all messed up here. Let me fix that real quick. That one kind of mixed me up a little bit. Okay, here we go. There's my bullet points. That one got skipped around. It simply means recognizing that where we place our time, our energy, our attention, words, and support matters. A lot of times we don't necessarily choose those things, where those things go. We react to whatever is directly in front of us, whatever's the loudest, and whatever feels the most urgent in the moment. Tonight, I want to slow down a little and look at what it means to make those choices on purpose and with purpose. When you hear the phrase living intentionally, what does that mean to you? When you hear the phrase living intentionally, what does that mean to you? As to me, maybe it means thinking before you react. Maybe it means making time for people who matter. It means being careful about what receives your energy. Maybe it means making choices that line up with the person that you want to be. What do you guys think? What do you guys think that the phrase living intentionally, what does that mean to you? Happy to put in my 3 cents. Yep. Yep. Inflation. So what does living intentionally mean for you? For me, I think some of the biggest points for me is making the time for the people that matter and being careful about what and sometimes who um, receives my energy. All the above, but ultimately being a good person and living as I say. Yep. Yep. I agree. Yeah, I think all of us we have a habit sometimes of yep, let's see, treat others the way I want to be treated. Yep. Giving purpose to every day, making it have value, not just in the moment, but for long term, for those close and important to you. Absolutely agree. Said it better. Yep. Is I think we have a habit, just as people in general, of sometimes we just let life go on autopilot sometimes. Living in living internationally for me means no compromising. Intentionally for means no compromising with where you put your thoughts and time. Best parts come first, and they are the most memorable. There you go. Miss K, living intentionally makes me think of going beyond just surviving or going with the flow, making choices that, again, that align with your values rather than just uh, letting it lead you along. Right. Uh, yep. Absolutely agree, hon. Living intentionally equals just trying my best to be a decent person, helping my family the best that I can. Yep. All right. But yeah, I think sometimes we all get in the habit of just letting sometimes we just live on autopilot sometimes. We wake up, we go to work, handle responsibilities, come home, we get on our phones, watch something, then we go to bed and repeat it all the next day. There's nothing wrong with having a routine. A routine can be good. So I'm not saying, don't have a routine. The problem is when we stop paying attention to whether that routine is still working for us. Sometimes we continue doing the things simply because we've always done them. We keep commitments because people expect us to. We keep putting off things that matter because uh, they don't feel urgent. Before long, uh, we may realize that we've been moving through life without really deciding where we're going. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, sometimes we can kind of get stuck in those routines, and when we get stuck in those routines, we're just living life. We're not really paying attention to where it's going. Living intentionally to me means learning from the past mistakes to not repeat the same mistakes and paying it forward to those who really need it. Yep. Here's the thing: sometimes we put in more of that intention where those people aren't reciprocating. Yep. I'm stuck and I feel like that's why time is going so fast lately. Right. Right. That's its definition of insanity. Yep. Yep. Absolutely agree, Sam. So being being intentionally. Sorry guys, I have had sleep today, believe it or not. So being intentional starts with noticing where you stop paying attention. What areas of life is easiest to put on autopilot? What areas of life is the easiest to put on autopilot? Is that work? Is that your health, your relationship, your daily routine? Maybe it's getting on your phone and losing track of time. What area do you catch yourself simply just going through the motions in? What area of life is the easiest to put on autopilot? And what area do you catch yourself simply going through the motions in? Yep, that's exactly what I meant when I said just letting life lead you along. It's so easy just to put focus on the tasks and job at hand, chores, and forget to make time for things that matter. Right. So I think with me, one of the easiest things for me that I tend to put on autopilot that I shouldn't is probably my health. Honestly, I don't go to the doctor like I should. I've been getting better at it. Um, there's times where I get on the phone and I lose track of time. So yeah, haven't had much time to autopilot lately. Dealing with difficult relatives. I don't have many of them, but some are soul drainers. Yep, yep. So we had that discussion before in here about putting yourself around people that build you up instead of drain you. Yeah, we've had those discussions. For me, it's time to work. Work used to be my lifestyle. Now it feels more like a footnote. I could take it or leave it. Home is where I try to live more intentionally than I used to. Yep. And Rob says, all the above, finding people like the ones in this community that have helped me realize taking a step back and choosing my words better and thinking things through. Right. Yeah, and that's a big one. It's thinking before you speak is a big one. Yep. They deserve the best version of me possible. Yep. This may sound funny, but driving. Yep. Yeah, but autopilot is difficult lately for me too. So much change going on, right? Well, I'm Art. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing well. All right. So, out of everything, guys, what is one small thing that you could change this week to become more present in that area? What's one small thing that you think you could change this week to become more present in that area? It doesn't have to be a huge change. Maybe it could be putting your phone down during dinner. That's easy enough. Maybe it's taking a walk, that helps with your health. Maybe it's making a phone call. Maybe it's finally starting something that you've been postponing. Work and chores are definitely my autopilot doing those things because they have to be done. Then not having time or energy to do things I actually want to spend my time doing. Yep. Yep. Walmart, how's Tammy? Yep. I like to have everyone eat together at dinner table again with no devices. Right. You know, And that's something that I think largely that's something that has not been as prevalent lately. I think life be lifing, and people get they get in their routines, and it's one person is eating at one time, one person's eating at another time, and there's no, "Hey, this is what time dinner is tonight," kinda thing, for a lot of people. She's good eating a pie. Not answering my phone to my difficult relatives. Yep, there you go. Actually gotta get back to a couple personal things. Yep, there you go. Baker, brother, appreciate you coming in. Hope you're doing well. What filling? There you go. Not tracking mud and muck through the house with my new boots and getting yelled at. I can change that this week. Absolutely. Only takes a couple times getting yelled at for that before you start realizing, hey, maybe I can change that. Blueberry pies. Can I repeat the question? I was worried about pies at the moment. What is one small thing you can change this week to become more present in that area? Yeah, and again, it doesn't have to be a huge change. It could be something as simple as putting your phone down during dinner, maybe taking a walk. Maybe it's making a phone call, or maybe it's finally starting something that you've been postponing. What is one thing you can change this week to become more present in that area? Because here in a moment, we're going to be talking about being intentional with your time. Some of these really kind of sound pretty interesting. That's why I got my parents' house on my days off. We eat at home, cook meal on the table together and talk. There you go. Somebody say pie. I feel a food segue coming in at some point. Yeah, that's another thing, JB. We tend to get off into some food segues, and where we just talk about all kinds of different food. It does tend to happen from time to time. But you know what? One of the things that I love about these live streams with Beyond the Beard and Saturdays, the Bearded Kin, we go with the chat. I mean, it just kind of go with the flow of the chat and see how everything's going. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see, Miss K. I don't want to spend more time exploring our area. I want to spend more time exploring our area. We live in a beautiful mountain town in the Sierra Nevadas, and I never really explored it. So, for health and mental health, I want to start. There you go. Let's see. Actually happened yesterday when dealing with drama between my boys. Instead of losing it with them, we sat down and talked it out. My wife is typically the voice of reason. Yesterday I was. There you go. Well, yeah, yeah. I saw some of your baking lately, and it's pretty cool. I appreciate you coming in. Let's see. Great choices, Rob. Yep. Yep. Hiking, exploring the area more, especially since we're talking about moving out of state, right? Definitely want to try to see some of the things that we've been up here for years, and that there's so much up here that I still haven't checked out. But it's also cool to have somebody that has that like interest that wants to do that as well. All right, guys. So I think we're going to start getting into being intentional with time. Time is one of the easiest things that we give away without realizing it. We say certain people and goals matter to us, but sometimes they only receive what time is left after everything else is finished. We say certain people and goals matter to us, but sometimes they only receive whatever time is left after everything else is finished. Let that sink in a little bit because, I think at times many of us might be guilty of that without even realizing it. So being intentional with your time doesn't mean that every minute has to be productive. Rest can be intentional. Watching a movie can be intentional. Spending time laughing with friends and family can be intentional. The difference is whether we choose how to use that time or whether we simply looked up and wondered where it went. The difference is whether we chose how to use that time or whether we simply looked up and wondered where the time went. We started getting into that just a little bit ago. Yeah, we did a small hike last week. This week, I think we'll explore some more off-road trails in the Sierra National Forest, right? And it is, if there's one thing that makes it difficult to leave California, um, it is regardless of anything that's going on, whether you agree with, you know, the cost of living here, whether you agree with the politics here or anything else, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to get into the politics of any of that, but it truly is a beautiful state. Um, if you're right smack dab in the middle of the state, you can drive 3 hours in any direction, and you're gonna be in a different climate and a different beautiful view. I mean, you can go west and hit the coast. You can go north and hit the mountains. You can go down south. You can get into, the LA beaches. You can get into the deserts. I mean, there's so many things, so many beautiful places here. That's what makes it difficult to uh, to leave. So again, the difference is whether we chose how to use that time or whether we simply looked up and wondered where the time went. Every time we say yes to something, we're using that time that can't go somewhere else. Every time we say yes to something, we are using time that cannot go somewhere else. That does not mean that every yes is wrong. It just means our time should reflect at least some of what we say matters to us. Every time we say yes to something, we are using time that cannot go somewhere else. So every time we say yes to something and we're doing certain things, that's time that you can't put somewhere else. Like if you are taking time to do certain things for people, then that's time that you can't give to family or loved ones because you're that time is already being used up, right? And that doesn't mean that every yes is wrong. It just means our time should reflect at least some of what we say matters to us. So it's always finding that time for us, for ourselves personally, for what matters to us. What is something important to you that just kind of keeps receiving your leftover time? And that's not meant to be a bad jab or anything, but what is something important to you that keeps receiving your leftover time? Now, remember, guys, this doesn't have to go into the chat if you choose not to, but let's have it in mind. I like baking because I know what's in it. Yep. I spent the last 4 years helping friends build cars, and it took so much of my family time away, right? And I stopped this year. Time is something I really need to get used, that I really need to use more intentionally. It's not too late to change that. I'm working on it. Absolutely agree. I often feel so spent by the end of the day, but at the end of my week, that all I feel like doing on my days off is vegging out, but that's not how I actually want to be spending my time. Trying to fix that, right? And, and I know that feeling well. I mean, I get that way too. Jeremiah, I appreciate you being here. Hope everything's going well. Let's see. I spend my leftover time eating leftovers. Yep, sometimes that happens. uh, Rob says, I've been trying to be more intentional with family, especially the boy. There you go. hmm I find that my time is focused intentionally on people around me. They want and need my time, no doubt, but being able to step back and make more time for myself helps to keep better balance. Right. And that's kind of the importance of it, guys. We're not just saying, hey, don't do those things. We're saying, you know, we're so quick to set time aside for other things, for work, for chores, for people that need things from us, or need our help, that we sometimes we forget to prioritize time for ourselves too. I'm retired, so I'd like to be more productive, but sometimes my disability gets in the way. Very frustrating. Yeah, I can definitely understand that too. I can definitely understand that, Jeff. Yeah, but it's even if you have to do a little bit at a time to get to that goal that you're looking for, right? Because what is something important to you that keeps receiving your leftover time? Maybe it's family, maybe it's health, maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's a personal goal. Maybe it's your spouse, your friends, or maybe it's just simply time for yourself. What deserves more than whatever happens to be left over at the end of the day? So, what usually gets in the way of all that, guys? So, a little bit of a follow up question there. What usually gets in the way? Is it work, or is it being tired? Too many commitments? Your phone, feeling guilty about taking time for yourself? Because that can definitely happen too, and I've been on the receiving end of this one, feeling guilty about taking time for yourself. I think that one right there, I think that one hits with more people than what people realize sometimes too. Feeling guilty about taking time for yourself, or waiting until you have the perfect amount of free time. Is there really a perfect amount of free time? Uh, Personal goals deserve more time. Absolutely agree. This past week has been a learning curve for me, allowing the family to help me with everything, taking care of my beard. Well, brother, I'm glad to see that you're healing well, and sometimes we got to let go of the wheel and let them learn. And who knows, maybe they'll pick up the passion start understanding why you have such a passion for that beard care and everything. What gets in the way, me, and a lot of times that's what it is. Yeah. Definitely the physical and mental fatigue, whether it's work or home or whatever, just feeling tired can drain you, especially if it's the same type of tiredness every day. I agree. Absolutely agree. Which is harder for you, saying no to other people or saying yes to yourself? Which is harder for you? Is it harder for you to say no to other people or to say yes to yourself? Time to adventure and be active is what gets my leftover time. Living on autopilot usually means there is no leftover time, or at least in my case, right? And it's making that point to find time, and not just find time, but make sure that we're making time. You shouldn't have to, when it comes to yourself, you shouldn't have to constantly find time for that. There should be time for that, right? Stanley, you may end up requesting them to do your beard at some point. They'll get good, and you'll be paying them to do it. Yep. Honestly, it took a while, but it wasn't because Kay didn't want to, but I didn't realize how much that she wanted to kind of put the products in my beard, the oil and the butter and stuff. But yeah, yes, to myself, hands down, is the hardest. Yep. Saying no to others is definitely harder for me. People pleaser. Yep. But I think there are times where we have to. Um, I mean, from time to time, can we sacrifice our time for ourselves to help others? Absolutely, we absolutely can do that. But we can't get in the habit of that. We need to make sure that we're taking our time, taking time for ourselves. Veronica, appreciate you coming in, and no problem being late. Appreciate you coming in. Saying yes to myself is the hardest thing for me. Yep, yep. Everybody's saying hi. Yes to myself, definitely. Yep. All right. Let's see. So the next section we're going to get into is being intentional with your energy. Not everything gets your attention. What was that? Oh, okay. I thought I saw something in the chat that I didn't see. My bad. Not everything that gets our attention deserves our energy. Something can be loud without being important. Something can frustrate us without requiring a response. Something can involve people we care about without automatically being our responsibility. Let me say that again, guys. Something can involve people we care about without automatically becoming our responsibility. Being intentional with your energy means learning the difference between what needs your involvement and what simply wants your reaction. Being intentional with your energy means learning the difference between what needs your involvement and what simply wants your reaction. And that doesn't mean avoiding, hard conversations. Some situations deserve our attention. Some people need us to show up. Some issues should be addressed. But if we treat everything like an emergency, we'll eventually have nothing left for what truly matters. That's a strong one, especially when you are a people pleaser and just want everyone to be happy and succeed. I agree. I find it hard to say no to others and take time for me that I need. Yep. And a lot of us do. A lot of us do. If we treat everything like an emergency, we eventually have nothing left what truly matters. And this is with your energy, guys. And I'm going to say it again. Being intentional with your energy means learning the difference between what needs your involvement and what simply just wants your reaction. I think that's kind of a powerful statement right there. The hardest thing for me isn't even that I necessarily want them to be happy. I just don't want them to be upset with me because then I feel responsible for managing those emotions. Yep. As I get older, I'm learning to value my own time and not stress myself thin on people that wouldn't do the same for me. I stopped being the first one to text about 2 years ago. Yep. Yep. People I haven't talked to in 2 years, and it's very telling. Yep. What drains your energy the fastest, guys? Is it conflict? Is it overthinking? Is it trying to make everyone happy? Constant negativity? Ooh, that's a big one. Constant negativity? Something we've also talked about here before. Too many responsibilities, the lack of sleep, worrying about things that are outside of our control. Which one of these affect you the most? Or is there something else that affects you more? What drains your energy the fastest? Overthinking is my huge energy drain. Nope. Yep. And insomnia. Yep. I hear you. Yeah, I've been doing better with it lately. Yeah, there's times where uh, back when I was in my old position where I was waking up every hour and a half to 2 hours and taking an hour and a half to finally fall back to sleep just for another hour. Yep, been there. Yep, and it's usually linked. Yep, all the above. Definitely conflict, overthinking, negative people. Yep, yep. We talked about the negativity of some people. Yep, because their negative outlook on things can be draining, and it can definitely drain that energy, guys. You know, when you are around people, for example, that have that victim mentality, like something is always, you know, they've been wronged in some way and it seems like it's constant, that every single thing that happens is a personal jab at them. And sometimes people like that are very draining to be around. You know, I don't think as a people we were ever intended to uh, ever face and deal with negativity all the time. Does it happen sometimes? And just because somebody has a problem, that's not necessarily negative. Sometimes somebody's having a problem, they need help. But when you start getting into people that have that victim mentality, that's something completely different. You know, people can get addicted to that kind of mentality. They can get addicted to being negative. They can get addicted to the depression of you know, not seeing anything but negativity. I definitely overthinking. Honestly, I think a big part of this community over the last year has really pushed me to be more on the optimistic side than my usual realist pessimistic self. Yep. Yep. Overthinking is one of them. Stressing pretty petty stuff. Yep. For sleep, 3 grams of glycerin is the lifesaver. Good to know. I've been working on kicking negative people to the curb. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with them. Yep. And there you go. Somebody that's and there's a difference, guys, for somebody that is, seeking help or wanting help or just needing somebody to vent to. You know, at some point, if it continues, like, okay, what are you doing to better that situation to where you're no longer stuck in that rut? Because being stuck in negativity, it's a rut that's hard to get out of if you get stuck in it. But what are you doing differently? It was said in here earlier, the definition of insanity, you know, doing the same things over and over and over and expecting a different result. What are you doing that's different? Yeah. Negative people are easy enough for me to avoid generally. I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know even if you're family. I have no problem not spending time with you if you drain me. But if it's someone at work that you can't avoid, yeah, that's when it gets hard, right? Worrying about my oldest son, and you know what? And that definitely hits us, right? As parents, that definitely hits us. Regardless of how good or bad things are going with our children, we always want the best for them. Yep. And when things are going uh, in a rough direction, even with our kids, we definitely it can definitely put a drain on us too. Yep. Professional victims wear me out. Waste so much time trying to build them up. Yep. Yep. That's why I'm glad I work remotely, Kay, because I just ignore them unless they're my report. Then yeah, then they're myself. Yep. It's the glass bowl concept. If you keep stepping in the glass bowl and yep, expect it to get easier than get out. Yep. 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 Just try my best to keep my distance. Yep. That's all we can really do sometimes. Yep. But sometimes you also working in a small workplace, and it's kind of hard to avoid some people. I hate working with people that see the worst in their job. Absolutely agree. I can agree with that. And let's face it, even coworkers, we have a ability to vent about certain things in our job. Um, but again, it comes with that question of what are you doing to change that? If you're that unhappy, if it's draining you that much, what are you doing to change that? What are some things? And if you're working on changing that, what are some things that you can do to expedite that? Yeah. So, how do you guys know if something has taken too much out of you? Do you become irritated? Do you shut down? Lose sleep? Do you replay that conversation repeatedly? Do you lose motivation for everything else? What signs tell you that it's time to step back? What signs tell you that it's time to step back? Same Stanley. I definitely complain about work sometimes, but it's not my whole personality. It's those people. Yep. Yep. Rob, I get short tempered, and then uh, when I've hit that point, yep. And mind you, guys, this is something coming from probably one of the nicest guys, that I've had the pleasure of meeting, and it just comes to show that it can hit all of us. You know? Yes, I have a tendency to dwell, which leads to a lack of sleep and irritability. Yep. Tension headaches are usually my sign. My body knows before I do sometimes. Yep. And and there's things that we learn about ourselves on the daily, um, things that trigger reactions in our bodies, that stress of things. Eh, and I think a lot of it is stress, unknowingly. I think a lot of things happen, and it tends to hit that stress factor for us, and it affects our body. It absolutely does. And, we've talked about how, stress can affect your beard and your body and everything else too, so true north. Appreciate you being here, brother. Hope you're doing well. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and kinda spin that one out, around a little bit too. That last question. That last question was what signs tell you, that it's time to step back? And the next question is gonna be this: what helps you recharge? Is that music, some time alone, taking some time, talking to someone that you trust, being outdoors, gaming, working with your friends, exercise? What are some of the things that help you recharge, when you've been drained? I try my best to get them to laugh, talking to family. Yep. Nights off work. Yep. This chat really knows more about my mental health than anyone else in my life. I'm never this candid anywhere else. Well, you know what? And that's kind of what we were hoping to build and bring to the community, and hope and build that we were hope to bring to this live stream in particular, Beyond the Beard, to have that open discussion without feeling ridiculed, that having that open discussion about, hey, yeah, guys, this is what's going on, with me, and this is what's been going on in my mind. What do you guys do? Because sometimes it just takes a good conversation to, walks outside with my son. There you go. Yep. Yeah, we got to recharge. And Valhar, same. Yep. Music has always been my go-to heal. Yep. I need waterfall soon. Yep. Non-work conversations with Tara, playing music loudly. Simple death statement. Okay, besides Dave. Well, see, that's the thing, guys. Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes these live streams, they actually help me and Kay as well. Sometimes I'll say something, and then one of you guys will have a response, and you'll have a reaction to one of the questions that I had in a way that I wasn't expecting. So you really get my mind going too, and I really love that. Yep, time alone with God. Yep. Saturday morning at the farmer's market, then home, take Ref's wife and for the family. I really enjoy cooking with her. Yep, that's awesome. Spending time outside, that's why I start my day off sitting on the porch swing, watching the hummingbirds. Yep. Baker talking to good people, also jamming out in the truck with stupid 80s rock. Oh, Baker, listen to those big hair bands. I could see it already. Yep, those either those big hair bands or In Sync or something. Yeah, I can see him rocking out to some In Sync. Backstreet Boys. My release is hitting the water with my sons. I don't even have to fish. Just driving the boat does it. Yep. And you know what? We absolutely loved doing that when we were younger as well. Just kind of getting on the boat, going out to the lake, and that's one of the things I used to love doing as well. Kind of when things were feeling really overwhelming, just grab some fishing pole and some bait, and go out to the lake and do a night, do an all night fishing thing for some catfish or something. Just kind of sit out there, relax with your thoughts, and yep. I haven't had a stress reliever habit in a while. Conversation with my friend this week pointed out uh, that I never stop. Yep. 80s rock isn't stupid, Baker. It's glorious. Yep, yep, yep. Monday and Tuesday night live streams bring back my energy as well as spending genuine quality time with Dave. Right. And there's uh, a little side story, guys, and I don't think Kay would mind me bringing this up because it kind of fits, right? With what she's saying here. Um, Spending genuine quality time with Dave. Yeah, now that's one of the things that we set time for. One of those things that we want to do, right? Well, I work grave shift. I work 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Kay works from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And by the time she gets home, that's typically about the time that I start to wake up for the day. We have a couple hours, and then we're both either we're both asleep again or we're kind of going on with that. One thing that helps with that is we share days off. We both have Wednesday, Thursdays off most of the time, but she had an instance where her days off were going to change completely from mine, and that really stressed her out. I mean, that really not just stressed her out, but it upset her because that's time that she has put aside for time with us because it's hard enough being on different schedules that okay, we have this day and this day, and this is that time that we can spend together. But it's one of those like, okay, even if that winds up being the case, we will find time and make time work on our days off regardless. And it's kind of scary because the schedules are so different, but it's also one of those that I know that we can do if we have to, but luckily it seems like they changed the schedules back and everything's going okay so far. So what helps me recharge is quiet. The world can be so noisy. When the ringing stops, I just like to enjoy the quiet. Yep, yep. And sometimes we have to do that too. Big hair band baker. Yep. Definitely, he knows the most, obviously, but he's included in this chat. Yep. Not when it's Hootie and the Blowfish. Taking a little break from the Backstreet Boys, Baker. Yeah, no, you just kind of strike me as one of those boy band kind of guys. Yeah. Let's see, 90s and still good to hell with the judges. Yep. Wishing out to friends and chatting. Absolutely agree. Yes. Hair band, Nation, Bon Jovi, and Cinderella. Yep. Hello, homies. Not you, Baker. Alien Terra, True North Terra. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing well tonight. Seems like you guys have been really busy today trying to get those orders packed and those getting everything out. We do appreciate you and you taking the time to go live. You guys, if you guys haven't been in their lives, make sure you're checking out True North Beer Co. on Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tara always runs a great show and very informative on their products. You guys got questions on their products? It's a good time. Any tornadoes down there, Rob? There goes the neighborhood, and the alien has arrived. Yep. 80s rock like Wasp. Is there some up there, Tara? Nothing wild. It's down. Yeah, you're mentioning that you guys were having some crazy weather going on there, Chris. You guys be safe tonight. Bang Tango. Yeah, watching TV for a few hours in the evening together is not what I call quality time. It's the lowest for our quality time. In fact, it's important to me that we can actually make plans together. Right. Absolutely agree. And and we will, regardless of whether we have to take that time in time off of work or whatever. We'll definitely get it figured out though. So there's nothing going on up here. These weather people are just fortune tellers in suits. Gotcha. They're overpaid storytellers and is what they are. Fortune tell is too nice. Yep. Glad they were glad they were wrong. Yep. Yeah, because it was beginning to sound like you guys had something, some pretty decent storms coming in, but I wonder if there are any tasty waves though. Not sure. All right, guys. Let's see. All right, guys. So, how you guys feeling tonight after hearing some of this? Do have some more, but again, I think we're going to kind of split that up a little bit. Definitely one I want to get back into. Some of these I kind of hold on to until the subject comes up, and then I can pull that up and say, "Hey, we can go a little deeper into this." So, but not an overly heavy night tonight, but definitely got some discussions in and getting some community talk in and that brotherhood. Rob, after the show, check your DM. Okay. We were told it was gonna be stay inside weather starting at 6 p.m. Now I see no rain until midnight. The same thing happens up here. We get told that you know we're gonna get X amount of snow and the road's gonna be closed and all this, and then all of a sudden it's daylight. It's sunlight going all the way through the day. And then there's times where they said, "Yeah, there's not going to be any snow at all," and then they wind up closing the road. It's crazy how it happens right up here on this hill. Watching home run derby, it's awesome. Bearded fellow behind the plate as a helper. Nice. Bullfrog, hello. People creating panic. Yep, yep. Sometimes that happens, all right. All right, guys. So, what do you guys have planned for the rest of your evening? I know it's starting to get a little later there. See, it's what going on 11 o'clock Eastern. You guys got any plans for the remainder of your evening? They're calling it an El Nino winter, so naturally we won't have any snow and probably minimal rain, right? What do you guys have planned for the rest of your evening tonight? Mars is going to bed. Right. So yeah, while you guys are here, my apologies for missing Saturday, but it's kind of like we were talking about here. It's taking that time for the important things and making the time for what's important. And we will be back on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern with me and Raised Bearded for the Bearded Kin. Let's see, getting a label order in. Excuse me, little frog in the throat, guys. Getting a label order in, new scents, and a couple new products dropping soon. Awesome, always awesome to look forward to seeing that. Gonna go watch some TV with Dave. Yep, we're gonna find something to watch and hang out for a bit and kind of enjoy the evening before she has to pass out for the night. Probably go in there while she goes to sleep and do some recording tonight. Got a couple of videos going in where this one's gonna be tying beard care into mental health for the next video coming out, and that's gonna be on this next coming Monday. So I definitely want to get that recorded and look forward to that. Avoiding starting season 3 of House of the Dragon, and Sleep. See, I had a really hard time getting through the first season, but I've heard that it's gotten better. Um, so I may actually have to fight my way through it. I had a really hard time just getting through the first season. So catch up as Replay Squad on a little show, okay, to watch. Yep, there you go. I don't know. I heard that there's this guy that popped in last Saturday, and he was talking about taking time slots and everything else. It's a joke, Baker. Appreciate you, brother, and it's good to see you in tonight. I usually during the New Year's get slammed and making plans for our weekend. Absolutely, we got a weekend off together this weekend, so we're planning on spending some time together and figuring out what kind of trails we want to go down. I'm really excited about that. Tara, why are you avoiding it? No apology. Need to take Kay out and spending the money on a lobster and some champagne. Baker Cali doesn't have good lobster, sir. They have better crab. Season 2, season 1 for me, Dave. Yep. Yeah, season 2 is better than season 1. Yeah, I just had a hard time with it, and I really can't pinpoint why. Um, Part of it was it seemed like there was a lot of what I like to call timescaping, where you're in different timelines, different parts of a timeline, and it seemed very chaotic. So that was one thing in the first season for me. It seemed very chaotic as far as the timeline. Baker went to the grand opening of a bar and grill, had crappy food and not not great service, unfortunately. But it was nice to get out anyhow. It was. It was. But, we learned, where we're not gonna eat. I mean, right now anyway. It's mine now. Well, maybe we'll just have to combine forces and, have you come on a Saturday night. It's always good having you on, man. Okay, because I'm trying to process, Chipper, how patient I am since he caved. Um, Rob, I've only had Los Angeles lobster. Am I missing out? Gonna try to prove to him. Yep. Uh, Tiny doesn't drive anymore, so it's off to sleep and then up at 4 to take her to work. Awesome. Sounds good. Maine lobster. Oh, absolutely rare. There's nothing like Maine lobster. Okay, had to be better than that place in Pittsburgh. Oh man, what place was that? Was that the pierogies? Yeah, yeah. We didn't. Yeah. You mean the night when we didn't get our food at all? Yeah, that was interesting. Man, I tell you, we had Johnny and Robert. Johnny's beard and finest mixed breed were there with us that night too, and man, we waited for hours to get some food, and it just never came. That was rough. Fun fact: Chris hates seafood. Always has. Yep, I'm not crazy about it either. There's some that I can eat, but I'm not overly crazy about it. In fact, we actually got our food this time. Yeah, that is a mass holes. So Terra Dave is the same. It's beef, 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 and more beef only. Nah, I'll do some chicken. Yeah, and there's some seafood that I'll eat, but not much. More like your soups or your fried shrimps and things like that. But yeah. Kenny, appreciate you coming in, brother. I hope everything's going well with you. Let's see. Yep, yep, yep. Really, yep. Kenny, did you make it to Memphis? Only shellfish for me. Not a fish fan. Yeah. I had to go to the kitchen entrance because there was one server for the entire restaurant. Poor guy to cancel our order an hour after we had placed the order. Yeah, it was over an hour. I want to say it was coming up on an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and that was a rough night. It was a funny night. Um, that's the night that Baker caught an Uber, not necessarily an Uber, but an Uber. But that was a good, it was a great time, and being able to see all the guys for World's Beard Mustache Championship, it was great. If there's a Dan animal, I'll cook up that sucker and eat it for the most part. No, no roadkill. Kill. There you go. Yep, you got to have you got to have that line, right? Membership for 4 months. You know what, guys? Since there's 20 people in here, I'm going to go ahead and do something here, just to show my appreciation to you guys for being here. Um, Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and give away 5 memberships to the stream. If it goes through, it should. So if you guys wind up getting a membership, that's going to be good for that's going to be good for those emojis, and really, I just want to show my appreciation to you guys. So thank you guys so much um, for being here and for all of your guys' support. It means so much to us. Did I go through with the 5 memberships? I think it did. For some reason, it's not showing me though. I sent them, but don't see who got them though. That's weird. Dave is awesome. Appreciate you, man. Um, all right, guys, make sure you have your gifts available. I know that some of these sites are going kind of crazy today, and that might be why it's not showing. So if you're typing and you see your name in green, then did did I send them to myself? No, I don't send these. Don't get sent to myself. They go out to the chat. Yeah, I sent five Born Bearded memberships. It won't let me send them to myself. Let's see. Not sure what's going on here. Live chat. Maybe that's it. Oh, that's crazy. Not sure what happened there. The gift memberships you send will be publicly announced, but it's for some reason it's not announcing, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Huh. Well, you know what? Let's I guess let's see if this works. Let's see. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see how this works out. Just a minute here, guys. See something. Yeah, for some reason they're not showing. So there are 10 memberships in there. I guess we're just gonna have to see who turned green. But for some reason, there's something going on with YouTube to where it's just doesn't seem like it's going through. Did it work? All right. So there are 10 out there. So we just donated 10 memberships out there to you guys, and we appreciate you because for some reason on my end I'm not seeing any of it. So um, that's crazy. But there we go, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys taking time to join us on a Saturday evening, even though I know a lot of you guys are on the East Coast and that it's yeah, I know it's getting late there. Oh, I know I had a cheese. I used to dip my fries in the tater sauce too. I broke it. I did something. I don't know what I did. But yeah, it's if you guys wind up getting a membership, congratulations. If not, then I'll see what's going on with it and try to. I think we had this problem once before a while back, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's see. I'm still upset Burger King got rid of the original veggie patty and switched it to the Beyond, or uh, that the veggie burger was not so good. Yep. Your name will come up in green if you got it, but it should be showing as well. So I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing in the chat. It should be, but it's not showing in the chat. So it should show green, Jeremiah, if it goes through and you have gifts enabled. Yeah, you have to have gifts enabled in order to get these. But yeah, I mean, we put in 10. Now these aren't. These are for all subscribers that it will gift out to, and it is random through YouTube. So tomorrow, 10 random people are going to get those and think you're live, possibly. All right, guys. It's been going on about just over an hour and a half. I think we're going to go ahead and start shutting down for the night. It has been a great evening today. Thank you guys so much for being here. David, Aaron Hartwell, 5353 got one. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I can't see it. So, maybe it has to do with this OpenAI thing or Gemini or whatever, but I'm not sure, but I'm sure they will go through. And if not, then I will contact YouTube to figure out what's going on. So, all right, guys. So I want to remind you guys, just remember Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern is when I will be releasing my videos. We have a live stream on Tuesday nights, Beyond the Beard, 10 p.m. and Saturdays, 9 p.m. The Bearded Ken with me and my brother Ray's Bearded. It'll be a great show this weekend. Look forward to seeing you guys there. And with all that said, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with this. Remember, your mental health is a priority. Your happiness is essential. And your self-care is an absolute necessity, guys. I will see you guys on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys.
This is beyond the beer. This is who you are. Every hidden battle, every unseen scar. You're still standing here. You made your way. One more breath, one